Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger is a pretty straightforward Sentai when it comes to events and continuity inside of it. Nothing is really too complicated or doesn't make any sense, but if it happens to not apply to these rules, it doesn't really matter for the plot or general basis of the show that much. At least, this aspect only applies to the show itself, its own internal continuity. Of course, the lore of the season won't completely match up with the lore of other Sentai seasons because this is pretty much a given, and it's nothing new. It applies to most tokusatsu seasons. The problems come from Ryusoulger and its connections to the Super Sentai Saikyo Battle, the 4-episode special that aired between the finale of Lupin Ranger vs. Paddle Ranger and the premiere of Ryusoulger. In the Saikyo Battle, we get connections to Ryusoulger with the first appearance of Gaisoulg, an ancient armor created by the Ryusou tribe that allows for absolute power and destruction. Gaisoulg hijacks the Saikyo Battle in search of the strongest one there, but he is eventually defeated by Ryusou Green and Black, who also made little cameo appearances throughout the special until they finally revealed themselves to defeat Gaisoulg. So then, we learn that Gaisoulg is going to make a comeback in Ryusoulger later on in the series to have his rematch with the two Rangers and meet up with the rest of the Ryusoulgers. This was a really cool pre-series setup, and I was really looking forward to how it would play into the show. And now that we're a good ways into Ryusoulger as a season, to the point where Gaisoulg is now a hero, I have to say that I certainly enjoyed all of his appearances and interactions. What I'm not really enjoying though is the big continuity ignorance with him. When Gaisoulg first appeared in the season, he was not recognized by Toei, Ryusou Green, and when he told his brother Ryusou Black about him, Bamba remembers Gaisoulg, but not from the Saikyo Battle. The entire special seemed to have not happened at all from the Ryusoulger's perspectives, and while it is a bit upsetting, movies and similar media of the like tend to not really be majorly canon in their respective shows, so you could just assume the special didn't happen until the show itself chooses to show it happened when Gaisoulg's identity is revealed and we get a flashback to the final scene of the Saikyo Battle where the Gaisoulg helmet is taken and the persona lives on. We even get expansion on the scene in Ryusoulger. So the show wants us to consider the special as canon events to Ryusoulger, but at the same time it just seemingly chooses to ignore some other events that happened in it. Because of this, today I've decided to take a look at how the Saikyo Battle is connected to the Ryusoulger continuity and fix the anomalies in the show. Before we get into it, be sure to check out my review of the Saikyo Battle and the first episode of Ryusoulger, and follow me on Twitter and join the channel Discord server if you want to talk with me about these continuity blips and more Super Sentai topics. Now, let's Ryu so cool into the theories. Wait, that didn't make any sense. So both of my major theories revolve around the planet that the Saikyo Battle takes place on, planet Nemesis. In the special, Nemesis is surrounded by a magical force field to prevent the summoning of Zords or contact with the rest of the universe, and throughout the planet are strange crystals that grant wishes. This magic is also created for the most part by Rita, who is running the Saikyo Battle and also has an ulterior motive to summon Dai Satan, who is, Satan. Basically, we know it's a strange planet laden with magic that we can assume works in mysterious ways or nefarious ways because of its control by Rita. As such, perhaps some of these effects are related to memories. Maybe the Sentai heroes on the planet are only supposed to remember the battle while they're still on the planet, and after they leave, then they forget all about it. We never really see what happens when you lose your battle other than just disappearing, presumably off planet, back to wherever you received the original invitation. Maybe this also comes with the removal of any memories related to the planet. Along with this, I feel like it would be really strange for some of the universe's greatest heroes to just allow themselves to be teleported to another planet and then fight each other there for their own wishes, and then go about their daily lives if they lose. It also seems like a strange plan on Rita's part, who seems to have had things very planned out for the battle, and even works with instances that she didn't plan, such as the appearance of Gaisoulg. Perhaps there's just a bit more magic in the planet than what we're told in the special. Magic that convinces people on the planet to participate in the battle, but makes them forget about it once they leave. So this would apply to our main heroes after they've won the entire battle, and to the Ryusoulgers on the planet. They defeat Gaisoulg and are transported back to the Ryusoulger cave that we saw them to begin with, and then soon after forget the whole thing. So when Gaisoulg appears to the duo in Ryusoulger, it's basically their first encounter with him. From either perspective, it would probably be their first encounter as well, because the Gaisoulg armor could presumably also lose the memories it gained on the planet, and wouldn't remember having an earlier run-in with the Ryusoulgers. Or maybe Nada himself forgets after he leaves wearing the Gaisoulg armor. It's not really that important. As per usual, this first theory is the one that makes the most sense in the perspective of all the shows, and is probably what may actually be going on. But now we're going to move into the second theory, which I always happen to like a little bit more, but always happens to be just a bit crazier. So when we see Ryusou Black and Green wandering around in the beginning of the Saikyo Battle, and they're in some Ryusou tribe temple or something to that effect, looking for their Kishiryu. Then they get the invitation to the Saikyo Battle and are then transported to Nemesis, where they kick Gaisoulg's booty. We're never really told though if these Ryusoulgers are in fact Toei and Bamba. So what if they're not, and they're instead Masters Green and Black, their predecessors? I know you're thinking this sounds crazy and that it doesn't match up with the timeline presented in the Saikyo Battle and Ryusoulger. Lupin Ranger vs Power Ranger would have clearly ended in 2019, the same year that the Ryusoulgers would gain their powers. Along with that, Masters Green and Black died many years ago, which would mean it's impossible for them to appear the same year as in the Saikyo Battle. The only possible solution would be time travel, and Ryusoulger doesn't have that. Oh. So I'm going to be getting into very minor spoilers here for Ryusoulger's summer movie, so if you don't want like the title and basic premise of the movie spoiled for you, skip to the time on the screen right now. Okay, so the Ryusoulg tribe is shown to be capable of some kind of time travel due to it being a primary plot point in the summer movie, to it being in the title. I have not seen the movie, but I took a look at some minor spoilers for this video, and it would appear that time travel is in fact related to Ryusoulg tribe technology. So we have Ryusoulger time travel. I guess that it can be assumed that some of this technology could be inside of some of the temples and maybe occasionally gets accidentally activated. Maybe when Masters Green and Black break into the temple in the special, they accidentally trigger this technology and are fluctuating between their current time, their present time, and the future, our time, when they're inside of the temple. At a certain point, this fluctuation would cause them to receive an invitation to the Saikyo Battle, because obviously being ancient masters, they'd be much stronger than the current Ryusoulgers when the Saikyo Battle occurs. Since they're technically getting their invitations later, that would also account for why they show up to the Saikyo Battle much later than the other Super Sentai members there. And once they're transported to the battle, since they're literal masters, they easily best Gaisoulg and defeat him. And then, as with the original theory, after winning the battle, they're transported back to the cave, and then eventually back to their own time as well. Master Red, walking into the cave at this point, we can assume is from the present time, and would serve as a way to show the audience that we're back in the present day. What I like about this series is that it also kind of serves as a bit of an explanation for why Master Green knew about Gaisoulg and then chose to use the armor against the Druidon tribe when they returned to Earth, from the flashbacks that we saw and that Nada told us. And because of that, it also serves as a bit of an explanation for why they are looking for their Kishiryu, because they need it to defeat the returning Druidon tribe, but because they now know about Gaisoulg, they don't need to do this. And this whole thing creates this cool time loop idea that I'm always really fond of, because now Master Green would later die, Gaisoulg armor is now in space, finds the Gokaigers, and we get transported back to the Saikyo Battle, where it's eventually defeated by Master Green and Black from the past. So those are my theories for how the Super Sentai Saikyo Battle connects to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this continuity situation is a bit of a conundrum, so that's why the theories had to be a bit out there and a bit crazier than I usually do. Although usually I do get into some pretty crazy theories, so maybe nothing's really new. Be sure to let me know your own theories for how you think everything connects together in the comment section or on Twitter and Discord using the links in the description. Also, please be sure to check out some of my other videos on the channel. I do a lot of videos like this for Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Power Rangers, along with some reviews. But if you do want more Super Sentai content, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.